At this time, I would like to call Dr. Jorge Delgado, principal of the Sonia Gutierrez Campus and also a pastor of the Metropolitan Church, to say a blessing for this event. Thank you, Jorge.
Thank you, Ms. Kokoro. I don't know about you, but I'm holding my tears. That was beautiful, Ms. Kokoro. As Ms. Kokoro was calling out, elected officials that are here, we're going to call out on a God of many names, a God of love. Will you please pray with me? God of all blessings, source of life, today we thank you for everyone here gathered to celebrate this historic event. We thank you for the rain that gives us life. We thank you for the love of neighbors, family, and friends today in our midst. We thank you for our leader, Sonia Gutierrez, as she continues to care, to lead, and to love our community. We thank you for Ms. Alison Cocoros as she takes up the responsibility of leading the Sonia Gutierrez Campus and the Carlos Rosario Public Charter School. Guide Alison in her work, fill her with joy, and let your spirit of wisdom be with her as our new leader. We thank you for this building and for the thousands of students whose lives will change forever. We thank you for this ceremony, the naming of the street, to honor the communities to which we all belong to. We thank you for those who welcome us into their lives and whom we invite to be part of ours. We thank you for our brothers and sisters of all ages, of all races, of all nations, and of all faith. We thank you for this day, for the companionship we share, and the joy that we share together. God, we pray in thanks for your presence among us as we gather together, and your promise to be with us now and always. Amen. Amen.
Thank you, Dr. Delgado. We have a phenomenal, very dedicated board of trustees. I mentioned them all by name, and they are, I think, all here this morning. They wouldn't want to miss this event. Due to his focus on recuperating from his miraculous heart surgery, Alberto Gomez stepped down from the board, and the board has named him Member Emeritus in honor and recognition of his decades-long contributions to the school community. He is with us today in spirit and was an integral part of advocating for this street naming, and himself contributed testimony on behalf of this event today. So he is here with us. Patricia Sosa is also a longtime member of the board, served as vice chair, and has stepped readily into the role of chair of the board. Patricia was born and raised in Puerto Rico, like Sonia, and has been a resident of Washington, D.C. since 1983. She is the director of the Latin American programs for tobacco-free kids. And I will have you know, she won't tell you this herself, but she just won a prestigious award from the World Health Organization for her leadership in tobacco control. We're very fortunate to have Patricia's leadership on the board. Patricia.
On behalf of the Board of Trustees of the Carlos Rosario School, I welcome you to this historic event, the naming of the Sonia Gutierrez Way. Sonia, we love you. Thank you for everything you've done. As you know, we are in the Sonia Gutierrez building, and the board named this building with your name because the institution would not exist, but because of your hard work, your vision, and your commitment. And we're immensely grateful for it. I had the opportunity with many of the people here. It was fascinating. Councilmember Mendelson remembered this when we went to the hearing that you chaired asking and justifying the naming of the street on behalf of Sonia was very exciting. And Chairman Mendelson very clearly said, this is about the institution and not the individual. And that was easy. That was very easy because you're such an institution and you have left so much behind. I have to tell this story. I went with Sonia to London in 2002 when the Queen of England was celebrating her 50th anniversary of being Queen, and they have named a metro line after her. And now here's Sonia, she has a school, she has a street, and the next thing we're going to try to get a metro line so we can compete with the Queen of England. And as you see, the sun came to see you, so it may not be that difficult since now you know Prince Charles. As you imagine, this is of tremendous meaning for the community at large. I have to say, as Puerto Ricans, we may not be legal immigrants, we're cultural immigrants. We go through the issues of language and adaptation. And actually, in this school, many Puerto Ricans have benefited. So as a member of the cultural and legal immigrant community, we are just immensely proud of what this stands for. Really, we wish so many more people could benefit, and if you leave it to Sonia, many more people will benefit, because if she was 30, by the end we would have like 10 new campuses, because she has the energy to do that. We have these 2 campuses that you work so hard. We're immensely grateful for everything you've done. I do want to highlight Allison, as the new CEO, and I'm very appreciative of what she's done, and I know Sonia is also very appreciative, because it's hard to let go of something you built, and I know for Sonia the transition, but she's bigger. That's the beauty of her legacy, that it's bigger than her person, and that she's allowed, and now she's moved on. She's member emeritus of the board. She keeps advising Allison and the team. So we're very grateful, and so how elegantly and beautifully you have allowed the transition to happen. We're immensely grateful. And again, thank you everybody for being here on behalf of the Board of Trustees. Thank you very much.
We are honored to have Chairman Mendelson here. I believe that's right here. This morning. Under his leadership, the City Council voted unanimously to name this street Sonia Gutierrez Campus Way. And I would like to recognize, yes, that deserves applause. Unanimously. I would like to also recognize that his staff volunteered at this campus this year, meeting with students, doing conversation practice. And we really appreciate your office's dedication to the community and to going out into the field and to adult education in our school. So please join us. Round of applause.
How about if my colleagues, Kenny McDuffie and Anita Bonds come up here, because you're going to be speaking as well. You know, one of the fun, Brandon, Todd, why don't you come up? You know, one of the things about these events is that there are way too many speeches. Way too many speeches. On the other hand, what would the unveiling be like if there were no speeches? I was thinking about that. You got to have something. You got to have some ceremony around this, and that's why we are here. I chaired the council, and I chaired the hearing where the issue of naming this street came up, and it was a great hearing. I mean, it was as much about the school as it was about Sonia Gutierrez, or maybe it was as much about her as it was about the school. And both are worthy of quite a bit of testimony and comment, all to the good. I do want to take just a couple of moments to speak about adult education. This school, this campus, sets a fantastic example for adult education and workforce training in the district. There are approximately 60,000 adults in the District of Columbia who do not have a high school diploma or a GED. Given this number, the work being done by Carlos Rosario and this campus are especially important and essential to the betterment of district residents and our community as a whole. Just as a statistic, by 2020, 76% of jobs in the District of Columbia will require some post-secondary education, which points to the importance of the work of this school. Give you another, maybe not a statistic, but another fact. A mother's literacy level has a larger effect on a child's reading academic achievement than any other socioeconomic factor. That's why education is so important. As chair of the Committee of the Whole, I have oversight over the University of the District of Columbia and the Community College and the workforce programs at the Community College. So I am seeing much more closely than ever before how important it is adult education in our community. That's what Carlos Rosario is about. It's what we as a government need to be doing more of. We focus a lot. We focus a lot on public education, and particularly what's going on at the primary and secondary levels. And we should. We want our kids, those kindergarten through 12th grade, to do well, to have every opportunity to succeed in our society. So we need to have that emphasis, that priority, if you will, but we need to also not forget that there are adults in this community who need education as well. And so that's really, I think, what we're celebrating today, not just Sonia Gutierrez, but of the work of the school and the need for adult education. So it's a real honor to be here, and I'm not quite sure how we're going to do the unveiling, so let me just turn to my colleagues. Anita Bonds. I think, Anita, you were like the author of this legislation. And that's, thank you very much.
Absolutely. Ms. Councilmember Bonds was the one who introduced this legislation. Councilmember Bonds has known Sonia in our school for many years. More than 40. And authored this act to name the street and was a true champion for this legislation. She is a friend and an ally, and we are deeply grateful to you, Councilmember Bonds, for your support.
Thank you all very, very much. Allison told me I had 1 minute, and so I timed my little paper here, so please forgive me if I go maybe a few seconds longer. But I can take some, okay. My very able councilman. All right. I'm very excited to join you all today as we celebrate another chapter in vision. A vision that began more than 45 years ago by a community leader known as Carlos Rosario, who, along with a woman known as Sonia Gutierrez, his able assistant, worked tirelessly to uplift the growing DC immigrant community through educational programs. We are also celebrating determination. The determination of Sonia Gutierrez, who, following the passing of Mr. Rosario, continued forward to turn the program of English instruction into an award-winning multi-campus, comprehensive, multi-trade skills educational experience for adults in the District of Columbia, irrespective of your background or your heritage. Finally, I'm excited about today because we really are here to celebrate results. The results from services at the Carlos Rosario Public Charter School, located in the Ward 1 community, and the Sonia Gutierrez Public Charter School, located here in my beloved Ward 5. Through both institutions, more than 2,500 students each year receive training. Today, I'm honored to join the celebration of this extraordinary results and proclaim this strip of roadway the Sonia Gutierrez Campus Way, named in recognition of the school that we are in. This second award-winning adult public charter school that has already graduated winning chefs, as you heard earlier, from one of its distinct career training programs. Over the years, the two public charter schools, as you've heard, have enrolled and graduated more than 70,000 students, enriching the lives of the students and their families with tools so they can not only survive but thrive and become an integral component in the social and political fabric of the District of Columbia. My continued best wishes to my dear friend of about 43 years, Sonia Gutierrez. We all love her, and we all see the mightiness of her determination, her vision, and the results are just extraordinary. When I was here for the unveiling of this school, I said, can we have one, maybe in Ward 7, maybe in Ward 5? I just keep adding these locations. And so I think the world is not large enough for what Sonia can do for us. So she has to continue to be here, and we have to continue to help her to be strong. Thank you very much for everything, forever.
I first met Councilmember McDuffie when Sonia was meeting with him during the planning for this campus. And she brought me with her to a meeting in his office with him and his staff. And so that was a very early meeting. And then I had the pleasure to be in Leadership Washington with Councilmember McDuffie. What was that, a year ago? Amazing how quickly it goes. He's been a supporter, and we are very fortunate to have you as our council member here in Ward 5, and really appreciate you co-introducing this legislation with Anita Bonds, Councilmember Anita Bonds.
Thank you. Thank you to my very friend Allison. Thank you to everybody who's here, all the ambassadors, all the dignitaries, all the council members who are standing behind me. But there's also somebody else I want to thank, and the chairman made sure that we wanted to do this jointly, somebody who's no longer serving on the council, who's been a champion, not only for Sonia, but for the Hispanic community in Washington, D.C. for so long, former council member Jim Graham. Let's give him a round of applause. You know what, we had to move this inside, and it may be raining outside, but there is a light shining so brightly inside of this room. It is a great day today, and the light is shining. It is resonating. Right there in this seat, sitting right there. Let's give Sonia a round of applause for all that she does. You know what? She may be small in stature, but she is enormous in spirit. She is gigantic in her ideas, and she is extraordinary in her passion to serve, to work for others, to improve their lives, improve the lives of those who are suffering around her. And it takes a very special person to envision something like this. This campus is a beacon of hope for so many people who are privileged to walk through the doors. And although it's named Sonia Gutierrez Campus Way for the building, there's something about the person for which it is named. Let's give her another round of applause. She is so special. She is so special. I'm not going to talk very long because I know you all have a list of folks who want to speak, but it is such a privilege to serve Ward 5 and represent the ward that you all decided to locate this campus. This is, you talk about an area where we're trying to transform. You got warehouses and everything here, but it is just a shining example of what you can do when you put your mind to it and help to transform and revitalize neighborhoods. People are being educated here. The work that's being done here is changing lives at a very fundamental and profound level. The trajectory of people who come through these doors is only going up. And we've seen it in the example of the young man who was executive chef at Meridian Pint. I gotta tell you, we've got the owners of Meridian Pint actually have a Brookland Pint right up the street. So we need to get another graduate, Carlos Osadio, to be executive chef in the restaurant Ward 5. Thank you all for letting me be a part of the day, and thank you, Sonia, so much for all of your work. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember McDuffie. And also we're very fortunate to have here our new Ward 4 City Council member, Brandon Todd, who is already a supporter of our school, which we so appreciate.
Well, I couldn't just be more delighted than to join the chorus of congratulations not only to Sonia Gutierrez, but to the Carlos Rosario School, and a real vision that, as my colleague said before, started over 40 years ago of educating adults in the District of Columbia so that they're able to take part in all of the prosperity that Washingtonians across the District of Columbia are. I just wanted to be here to congratulate you on behalf of the 80,000 residents in Ward 4, and I do have the privilege and the honor to represent the most Latinos in all of the District of Columbia. And so I look forward to our continued partnership, and we love you and adore you, and thank you for your service to the residents of the District of Columbia. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Todd. At this time, I would like to call Franklin Garcia, U.S. Representative, Shadow Representative for the District of Columbia, Latino community activist, come on up, founder and president of the DC Latino Caucus, and he is president of the DC Latino Leadership Council. He is pushing hard for DC to become the 51st state. He brings a resolution commemorating this historic day from the DC Statehood Congressional Delegation, and his delegation are coming and joining him. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for being here, Representative Garcia. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Buenos días, señores. May the glory be given to God for having us in here. I know that we had thought that we would be outside, but nevertheless, it's a wonderful day to be here. So my name is Franklin Garcia, and I too had a very scripted 1.2, 1 minute 20 seconds, so I'm resuming, but just real quick, my name is Franklin Garcia, and I'm joined here with Senator Strauss and also Senator Michael Brown. And si puedo tomar un minuto nada más para decirte gracias, Sonia, de manera personal. Señores, ustedes no recuerdan, pero un tiempito atrás acá, si usted era un inmigrante latino, para usted obtener una educación acá, usted tenía que ser casi millonario, porque usted tenía que irse a esa escuela como San, Hilado, y lo que Sonia ha hecho es, Sonia lo ha agarrado en su hombro, con su visión de crear una institución que le da a usted una educación de primera clase para preparar a nuestra comunidad. Así que muchas gracias, Sonia. Muy agradecido. So I stick to my script right now. So on behalf of the DC Statehood Congressional Delegation, we want to say thank you for giving us the opportunity not only to celebrate this special occasion for the Carlos Rosario School, for Sonia, her family, and the Latino community, but also for giving us the opportunity to publicly thank you for the most special human being. Sonia, you have honored the memory of Mr. Rosario, and it is a name that is heard way beyond our city limits. It is a name synonymous with excellence and opportunities. So it was about time we honor you for your life commitment to our community and its growth. Everyone knows of your commitment to education, but for more than 40 years of activism, you have equally committed your life to helping us achieve recognition and political empowerment in this city. And for all your contributions in our community and this city, your name shall be engraved not only with the street name, but in our hearts and minds. May God continue to give you the strength and motivation to keep you guiding us for a long time. Te queremos mucho y siempre te vamos a celebrar.
Sonia, of all the things that I may have done and accomplished, one of the things I'm most proud of is when the Carlos Rosario Center suddenly found itself without a space. I was able to use what little tiny office I had, and I said, Sonia, come, we'll set you up here. And the boxes came, and the boxes came, and I said, wow, that was more than I thought. But it was the tiny little ANC office, was all she needed to get the Rosario Center back. And so it's so great to see that you finally found better spaces. I think I might send a few boxes here, but I just want to say how proud I was to host the very first Sonia Gutierrez Campus, and how proud we are that this institution has grown under your leadership. You know, hearing today and all this unanimous stuff, it doesn't really tell the story of how the government wasn't always quite as helpful as they have been today, and how hard you've had to fight to make this institution a reality. There's a lot of struggle behind these signs, and these honors were hard fought and well deserved. Gracias, Thank you for all you do for this community.
But Ms. Gutierrez, there's not much I can add to all this praise and all these people that love you, except to tell you that as somebody that works for the city, you're an inspiration to us all, because you show us what one person with vision and hard work and great spirit can accomplish. So thank you.
Thank you very much to each of you for being here. I'd like to call Sonia to the stage, and as she comes, I'm going to share a little bit. There's an ancient Chinese proverb that goes like this: if you want happiness for an hour, take a nap. If you want happiness for a day, go fishing. If you want happiness for a month, get married. I have longer happiness in my marriage than just that 1 month. If you want happiness for a year, inherit a fortune. If you want happiness for a lifetime, help someone else. Sonia, according to this Chinese proverb, you have happiness for a lifetime. And I think according to everybody here in this room, you have happiness for lifetimes to come. And you have also transmitted that ethic of giving back and helping others to all of us here by who you are and by inspiring each of us. Come on up. Sonia Gutierrez.
Oh my God, this is overwhelming. Wow. So many wonderful people here, so many memories of so many of you throughout the years. My dear Jim that gave me Harvard Street, without him we wouldn't have that campus. I love you so much, Jim. So happy to see you. Council members, Chairman Mendelson, thank you so much for supporting the bill. Anita Bond, my friend of over 40 years, she told me once, don't say the years because then they'll find out our age. Too late, Anita. We go back to the 70s with Marion Barry and all those people. But thank you so much for believing in me and writing this legislation. And Councilmember McDuffie, thank you for co-sponsoring, and the entire City Council for approving it. Thanks to all of you that are here, to the Board of Trustees that has given me so much support in all these years, because as people have mentioned, you know, I ran the school under the school system for 25 years, and even though we were a national model and we're training 4,500 students a year and everything, they closed it down on 1996. So I decided to retire and start it all over again because I believe so strongly in educating immigrants, because I have always said, and I've always told Alison that has been by my side 21 years, you know, immigrants are people that if you just give them a little push, they fly. And I think that people here like Bibi Otero, so good to see you, Bibi, and Mirna and Rebecca and everyone that works for the Latino community will agree with me, and that's why so many of us have dedicated our lives to the immigrants, because let me tell you, it is a lot of work, it's a tremendous sacrifice, and witness of that sacrifice are my children that are here with me today and had to sacrifice a lot of my time because of the school. Michelle, Jimmy, Bobby, and my grandchildren that are here, I love you so much. And now that I'm on sabbatical, maybe I will definitely have more time to spend with you, and particularly my grandchildren. And where's my Karinita and my Carlitos? Oh, there they are. I adore you. I adore you. And, you know, it would take me a long time to thank all the people that have helped me throughout the years, because you don't do this by yourself. People like Vivian and Rebecca Medrano that are here, I can tell you, you don't do this. Oh, Joe, so good to see you, Joe Baker. You don't do this by yourself. You have to do it. You can do it because people believe in you, and I'm very good at recruiting people. And I have tremendous passion that I got from Carlos Rosario. And I know that today he's in heaven smiling at us, because this is not just my accomplishment, this is his accomplishment, this is the accomplishment of my board, this is the accomplishment of Allison and all the wonderful staff that were here, and our advisory boards like Jay Haddock and Hector Torres, who always have said, Carlos Rosario is like Disney World, where your dreams come true. And it's true, because it is. And I see Brahim Rawi, that in the 90s was this young Moroccan that didn't want to go back to the classroom after break, and today he's a big banker, and all the others. And I am so proud, and that's what makes it worth it. It's been 43 long years, hard years, but I feel that I have been tremendously blessed by the Lord, because this was like a calling, and I answered that calling. And all these over 70,000 people that we've been able to help today are integrated into American society. I don't like the word assimilation, assimilated, because assimilation to me means like you've lost your own identity, and I use myself as an example. I am very Boricua. I'm very proud to be Puerto Rican, very proud, very proud. But I'm also very proud to be an American, and I love this country. I really do. And most important people to me, I've always said, and I tell Alice on this, and Carmen Ramirez, my sister. Where's Carmen? Because more than my friend and the COO of Community Capital, she's like a sister to me. But you know, when you have a commitment to people and you put people first, everything can be possible. When you put your egos aside, and the desire to be, you know, recognized and everything, and believe me, I have been recognized so many times, and I am so grateful. But my best recognition is the fact that all the students that leave this school live with learning, live with the speaking English. I'm a little thing, I just came out of the hospital, but I'm gonna be fine. Yeah, I passed out the other day. Can you imagine what a melodrama? But I'm fine, yeah, I'm in melodrama. But sí, hombre, sí, hombre. But my biggest accomplishment are these students that learn English, these students that get their GED, that become American citizens, that work. All our students work in these schools. Our students are not in welfare, none of them. Immigrants come here, they want to work and have a new life. And they don't, and that they do. They have 2 and 3 jobs, and they still come to school. And we send hundreds of them, yes. We send hundreds of them to college. We raise a lot of money for scholarships, and we send a lot of them to college. And we send, and they come back after they graduated, because in this school, if you're an immigrant, in this school, we have also a very important Department of Supportive Services where you're provided with every service that you need. And if we cannot help you, that department has an obligation, and Mirna Maya is here, that department has an obligation to refer you to another agency and follow up to make sure you were served. Okay, that's our commitment to the students. So this is like their second home. And the same with the ones going to college. The ones that are going to college, we just don't send them off to college and forget about them. We send them to college, we give them scholarships, and we follow up with them in college till they graduate. And that's real commitment. That's real commitment. And that's just not me. That's also our wonderful staff, Allison, that she's taken my position, and I recommended her that position because ella es gringa, pero tiene alma latina. It's true. She has my same passion. And the passion I have, I got it from Carlos Rosario. And then I have passed it to many other people. And to all of you that are here, our staff, present and past, I want to thank you so very much for all the support you've given me all these years, to people from the media like Pedro Viaggi and Univision and all of you. Thank you so much for supporting this school. Hector and Jane, my God, what would we do without you? Hector and Jane, yo les digo, son mis hermanitos, but they're in the Advisory Council for Culinary Arts, and you do so much there. And now Hector is a member of our board, and we get 2 for 1. Right, because Jay is always there to support us. And then to all my Boricua friends that are here, Mirna, it's so good to see you. Carmen Delgado, I know you're recovering and you're going to be okay because the Lord is with you, Carmen. And Vanny, good to see you. Lydia and everybody else that came out today, and there are just too many to name, but even my neighbors are here. Elena Colombiana is here. I see Cindy Nazario from the Ana Mendez. So thanks to everybody for supporting us, and please, please, please keep supporting this school. This school, you know, with politicians, I am very close to them. Brandon, I know you're new, but I know your heart is with us. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And Kenyan also, and our new chair, Patricia Sosa, and my dear Senator here, Strauss, thank you for giving me albergue when I was starting this school again. So, thanks to Allison and all her team, and Carmen Ramirez, and Mirna, and Yanira, and Concha, and everyone that organized this activity. It took a lot of work, Chef Sebastian, Chef Benjamin, and I really appreciate it. And again, Latinos and other immigrants. This name represents all of us, not just me. It represents all of us. Like somebody told me, es un orgullo boricua, and I say, es un orgullo inmigrante, de todos los inmigrantes. Okay, I love you all. Angela Franco, thank you for coming out. I love you all, and please keep supporting the school. Bye-bye.
Wow. Thank you, Sonia. And I see also that we have at-large council member Vincent Orange here. Could you please come up to the stage and say a few words? We so appreciate your support of adult education and of our school and the immigrant community.
Well, this is a great occasion. It's good to be on the stage now that the celebrity, the lady has had the dream, has got all of us together and brought this together for us. I couldn't miss this. It was at another event, but I had to get over here. You're doing a great job, and you definitely have my support. I even like what you have downstairs, transforming lives and achieving dreams. And that's what it's all about. We need to transform everyone's life and achieve dreams. And we can do this by working together. Because at the end of the day, together we stand, divided we fall. We're all children of God, and we have to be here and work and provide opportunities for everyone to have a better quality of life. So pleased to be here with you today. And congratulations to everyone.
And I understand we're about ready to unveil the sign, but I understand we have a very special visitor who has arrived. The mayor of the District of Columbia is on her way. I believe I just saw her walking down the hallway. So we are honored to have the mayor of the District of Columbia here in the campus at the Carlos Rosario School, coming just at the right time as we're ready to unveil the sign. I'm looking, is she coming down the hallway?
No.
Not yet? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and introduce her. Okay, perfect. Mayor of the District of Columbia, Muriel Bowser. Please join us up at the stage. You have impeccable timing. Looking at the news and her office's reports, it seems that our mayor has learned how to clone herself. Please come on up. Mayor Bowser has supported the legislation to name this street Sonia Gutierrez Campus Way from the beginning. While she was Ward 4 City Council member, she has shown an interest in quality workforce development for years. And while on the council, took time, and I remember that day, to visit this campus while it was under construction, wearing the hard hat, and seeing this beautiful new workforce development campus come to life here in Ward 5 in the District of Columbia. And in her first months as mayor, she has demonstrated a real understanding of the needs of charter schools, which we very much appreciate. Increasing the budget, the per pupil budget for charter schools, and the facilities allotment. Very much needed and very much appreciated. And support for adult education and workforce development. Yes. And shown a true sensitivity to the needs and the rights of new Americans here in the District of Columbia. Mayor Bowser, we are delighted to have you here for this celebration.
Thank you. Well, hello everybody. What a room to walk into, and what a celebration for a wonderful woman in Sonia Gutierrez. So please give her another round of applause. And I know that we're celebrating Sonia and 43 years of dedication and vision. And we sometimes overuse the word vision or describing people as visionaries, but we have a true visionary in Sonia. And what she has been able to build with a lot of support from board members and students and staff and community and the community leaders at the Carlos Rosario International Public Charter School is indeed an accomplishment that is talked about across this region and across our country. I'm delighted that the members of the council are here to celebrate with Sonia. I'm delighted that the ambassador from El Salvador is here to celebrate. Where is Mr. Ambassador? Let's give him a big round of applause. I think he is the hardest working ambassador in the Corps. And I am just so happy that we continue to have a focus on how we put DC residents to work. And we all know that there's no better way to focus on getting people and securing and preserving a pathway to the middle class in this country than making sure they have a quality education. So we are focused on every aspect and every part in that spectrum to education, from early childhood to K through 12, and certainly in adult education. I know, and you know this too, Jay, that if we continue to make those critical investments, that is truly the only way that we can close gaps in the city. I know that we're all proud of the prosperity that's growing in Washington, aren't we? And I know that we have to be equally committed to making sure that more Washingtonians can take part in that prosperity. But it won't happen by itself. We have to continue to invest in the programs that are working. Double down on those programs and put more people to work. So that's why I'm always happy to support the Carlos Rosario School. And you're talking about cloning people. Can we clone Sonia? Can we clone her? Because we need to duplicate the example of effective education that puts DC residents to work. And I am so honored that you have this new location. We got to clone you, so we cloned you from Ward 1 to Ward 5. We're going to dedicate this way in your honor, and we're going to continue to tell the story of Carlos Rosario Public Charter School. God bless you, Sonia.
Thank you. Mayor Bowser, give a big round of applause. At this time, we will be unveiling the street sign, which our Chief Technology Officer Extraordinaire and Jack of all trades, Gus Viteri, has found a way to veil since it was raining outside. Sonia, please come forward, and the mayor. And I know we want to capture this for posterity, so can you see?
On 3,
Thank you, coming.
2,